Hey, it's Shop Talk, baby. This is the show where it's okay to be you. We're talking from Yale to jail and from the church house to the pimp house. Nothing's excluded on Shop Talk. So if you don't have a phone, I suggest you borrow one. Call in and voice your opinion live every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Yeah, that's right, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Don't forget to Shop Talk with your girl, because right here, we keeps it real.
Jump club. Let's show them how we get it crack up in the club. On the wind up. Shake that booty. Turn it around. Turn it around. That's all. Back that thing up. Wine go down. Wine go down. Shake that booty. Shake that thing. Turn it around. Give your ladies. That's all. Down south. Wine go down. Jump in at the club and the music sweet. If it juke y'all, juke y'all, juke y'all. On the wall, looking at the mirror and juke y'all, juke y'all, juke y'all, juke y'all. On the drum, in at the ear and juke. Shake that ass, wine, wine. Y'all looking fine, wine, wine. One thing that by your mind, wine, wine. Bend over and wine, wine, wine. The Jamaican girls, wine, wine. The New York girls, wine, wine. The Dumb South girls, them a wine, wine. Them a wine, wine. Them a wine, wine. Now turn around and shook and drop low to the floor and swing it back and like that. There you go. Pop the bottle, get loose for your foe and roll them hips to the left for once more. Now shake it hyper, bend over, spread wide. We back again and on a whole new ride. We have a man, a twister, young blood. We off in the middle of the club, so bring it here, a little mama fall in. Now yo, best they can join in. So DJ spin it back, I got a tickle, so best be running when you hear that whistle. Now come and shorty, won't you show me that love? Back it up on the twister when I come up in the club. Look at the sister while she twerk that thing. Now you wanna let her hop in my OVO range. Now you get at me while I blow my bowl. Sipping hypnotic while you drop it down low. I be the nigga with the Rockefeller crew. Come pop it for me, let me see what that do. Come in, mama, you so thick, it's ridiculous. Look at the body, I like how you shake it, talk your titties and thighs. Your body's elegant, other shit is irrelevant. It's the elephant, your brother twisted from the city of shy. You treat your body like you come from Jamaica. Go in my pocket to give you every blood clot thing. Look how she kicking that booty cheek like a wing and whiting. So when you hear the cut drop sing, jump in at the club and the music sweet. If it juke y'all, juke y'all, juke y'all, juke y'all. On the wall and looking at the mirror and juke y'all, juke y'all, juke y'all, juke y'all. On the drum, in at the ear and juke y'all, juke y'all, juke y'all, juke y'all. Jump in the drum, wind up your jump and juke y'all, juke y'all, juke y'all. I'm so wild on the home of the strip club. I don't trip back till so the good.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good.
Had a little bit of that elephant man. Let's give credit to credit's due before they be trying to find me talking about something. Hey, hello, you didn't pay my stuff. All right, let's talk about this thing. How was your weekend or week? Not last weekend after we got off. I know about that. But how was the week? Nothing? Oh, nothing exciting. Okay, go ahead, Amber. What you got? What you got?
Raining now.
Anything exciting?
No.
No.
Nothing
Okay.
exciting.
What about you, Amber D?
I went on a date on Thursday, and it was nice. It went well. And then this weekend, I'm visiting family, so I'm actually out of the state.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I got a shop talk question.
Okay.
Y'all ready? How do you know, this is from a male, he said, how do you know that she's totally done as far as like in a relationship and the breakup? So I'll give you the backstory. The backstory is they get into an argument, she pack her stuff, she leave, and then she comes back. But how do you know that a female is totally done with the relationship? So let's tackle that shop talk question of the week.
See, I'm me, I got more questions. My first thought is, why'd she come back?
No, that's before. Well, we don't know that, but
Exactly.
The question. Let's stick with the question. The question is, how do you know she's totally done in a relationship? How do you know his girl is totally done, or a female?
If he can tell if she's checked out emotionally, then she's done. But if he can't even read her emotions, there's not a lot of hope to begin with.
Okay, so that's it. So what's your thoughts? How does he Give him some clues as to how he knows that she's totally done. She's not coming back.
Did she block you? Did she block you?
Girl, I used to block a gang
Did
of
she
people.
Did she stop answering your phone calls and text messages? Leave you on red? If so, yeah, like if she's doing all that. I mean, there's other clues as well. I mean, a woman knows when they are completely done, but for a man, if she has blocked you, if she's ignoring you, she's not answering back, she's not arguing, if she's silent,
okay,
she's done.
Well, I'm gonna give you mine.
Okay.
If the curling iron that she always uses is gone, she ain't coming back. You know, we get that good curling iron, and it'd be like, okay, we got that good curling iron. If it's gone, boom. Hair supplies that you know she used, like some edge control or something like that. Those are the things you gotta know that she is gone. Amber, do you want to read the comment we got?
So Charlene White Lowry CRNA Facebook said, LOL, blocking is a clue.
Now here's the thing with me. Blocking, I'll block you, I'll unfriend you, I'll do all of that. I might be annoyed. And guess what? I will remain, or you will remain unfriended. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'll block you, be like, no, you ain't never got to come back on here. But we can still be communicating. That's not it. Mine is a curling iron. All right, she got another one. Go ahead, Nick. You want to read it?
Okay.
Come on.
White Lowry said when she gives one-word answers with eye rolls, she's over it and you. Exactly. Or if she just silent, period.
Okay.
She don't say that, she just...
Because of the backstory, the quick backstory, like I was sharing earlier, was they split up, they come back together, they split up, they come back together. But
it's a pattern.
Yeah, but he said, how do you know she's really gone? Now, hopefully he's listening or watching, either or. If that good curling iron is gone, it's over. See, if we leave some hair supplies there at your place, we'd be like, okay, well, she'll be back. Boom, boom. Keep the toothbrush, keep all of that. But that good curling iron, it's hard to come by a good curling iron. You'd be like, okay, the curling iron's gone. She checked out. Done. Data is over. It's over. Hey, if you want in on the conversation, I'm going to give all these little housekeeping information. Like the bathrooms in the rear. No. Call in and voice your opinion live. The phone number here is 619-902-2287, 619-902-2287, or you can also text. And when you text, we won't have to say your name. How about that? Get into it. Let's talk about the young girl. That's who I want to talk about. Shanquella. I want to talk about Shanquella. I'm telling you, this is to catch people up who don't know. Shanquella Robinson was a young girl who went to Cabo, Mexico with her friends, took a fringe trip, and did not come back. She was the one that passed away over there. Now, friends, this is alleged. Now, friends said she died of alcohol poisoning. The autopsy was done. The parents had an autopsy, and the autopsy showed that her neck was broke and her spinal cord was broke. So, with that being said, what's your thoughts about that? And I want you guys that are viewing too, go ahead and comment in the comment section. I want to hear your views on that. Go ahead, Nick. I see you did the eye roll. You was over it, over the friends and all that other stuff. Go ahead. What's your thoughts?
Friends, my ass. That was premeditated. Period. Point blank. End of conversation.
What you got, Amber D?
It was premeditated.
I completely agree. And from what I've read so far, allegedly, the FBI has gotten involved. So I'm very grateful for that. The case is being taken seriously. And hopefully she's going to receive justice. So I'm glad that it's something because I've seen it on multiple platforms. So I'm glad that it's getting the whole story is getting attention, and whatever the truth is. And I think based on, and I just feel sorry because she was so young, first of all, and then secondly, to be surrounded by, fake friends. It seemed really narcissistic. Some of the statements that have come out so far from the friends, like they're really focused on defending themselves and, proclaiming their innocence. And I wonder if she had any real friends. It's really sad,
Now, I want to put this out here. I want to put this out here. The views of us on Shop Talk with Men are clearly our opinions, and our thoughts is our own FBI work within ourselves. SBI, Shop Talk, yeah. Work, we doing our own, and we just giving our thoughts. So I just want you guys to just know that, as well as the people in the comments. So I saw on a few, different platforms as well, where they were saying things. I saw a release video, which the video with them fighting her was, I was so disgusted. I was extremely disgusted by that. I saw that they were beating her nude, so she wasn't expecting it. Do I believe it was premeditated? I do. I do. I totally do. So I agree with, one of the viewers there. I totally believe that was what it was. It was like, y'all already made this plan to go over there and I guess to fight this girl. What's nutty to me is that somebody recorded it. So twofold. I'm glad they recorded it because we wouldn't know anything. But then you stand there and you record it and don't stop it. So you really didn't like her. And I'm going to say, even from my childhood, it was setups. It was setups after. I could have been her easily. I could have been her so easy because I would be sitting there, my mother would be like, those ain't your friends. They are not your friends. But thank God I have favor because one of their friends would let me know what was going on. This is the plan. I was like, what? Okay, at least I knew. So it was like, okay, I'm here, but this is the plan. Watch your back, blah, 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 blah. So people that pretend to be your friend, they're really not your friend. And envy is a mother. Ooh. Envy is a mother. And I agree. They all are guilty. And they're all trying to CYA.
And I hope that, it's one of those situations where they're going to make an example out of them because these were all adults. And, even the person recording, as you mentioned, Mel, there could be, that could easily be an accomplice charge. You know what I'm saying? Or aiding and abetting.
That's it. Aiding and abetting.
Family, whoever they're harbored up with needs to be charged as well. I will hope they go for everybody. Everybody that is even tangentially involved in this situation should be brought up on charges and found guilty.
I saw a interview with the dad. Mm-hmm. And I was, watching it, and he was saying, alcohol poison. He said the mom just spoke to her and said they made it, and she seemed fine. There's a video out there with her in the hallway on her phone that was released that said it's, it take y'all that long to get naked. So they were in there, to me, just oh, okay, we setting this up and this is what's going to happen. We're going to take all, however long, and then she'll come back. She really, the innocent person in this is the one that passed away. And it was sad. And if she's not fighting back, leave her be. And right. Even if she was even trying to defend herself, y'all set that up. And let's be real. If you put yourself in her shoes when she was alive, and those are supposed to be your friends and your quote unquote best friend there, and he said he wasn't there, but they showed him on the camera allegedly, and you all are just standing there watching this happen. Imagine the hurt. So her defense is really down because you are hurt. I just, all of it is whack. I'm glad in this case, you'd be like, that's sad that you sat there and recorded that. But had they not recorded that, they wouldn't have that information, even though it incriminates yourself. And I just feel like all of them need to. Every last one. And then there was somebody that wasn't there at the time. And then they went back. And this is Dad speaking. That he was there. Somebody who came and he saw her down there. And he just played some music. Allegedly. And was like rubbing her arm or something like that. What?
Rubbing her head until she took her last breath. Boy, bye. Because this alleged second video that they were talking about where the fatal blow happened, they said he was standing off to the side.
All of them.
What kind of friend is that?
I really feel like Derek Clark off of Facebook said, they are all just as guilty. You didn't stop it. And even like in school, they started suspending people that was watching. That's how it was. Before, you were like, I wasn't even fighting, but you got suspended for watching and not going to get help. So they started doing that. They implemented that in the schools. But that right there, Dad said on one interview that he saw the video and he saw where the guy or whoever, the girl, I don't know who these people are, took her by the neck and threw her on the ground. And then she didn't move anymore.
Yeah, that's the video. That other video that they were talking about where they picked her up. Because the one that I saw, she wasn't on the ground yet.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that the one where she told her to get up or something? But yeah, either way, that wasn't your friend. She was jealous of you. She wanted your life, obviously. And I will say it again, and I'm not going to say alleged.
You gonna say alleged. I'm gonna say alleged. Look, you ain't gotta say alleged, but for my future, look, I'm gonna say alleged.
That was premeditated.
Okay.
Premeditated.
Your view. Okay.
Premeditated.
Okay. What you got?
I just want to say, as a non-fighter, and I just recently had not this experience, but just being around people you thought you were friends, and you're like, oh wait a minute, we're not cool. Yeah, I can imagine. This very fresh incident, being hurt and feeling hurt and betrayed. And then also just, as far as being jealous, people being truly, when you really sit down and look at it, people are jealous of you. And then there's at least one gentleman involved in the situation, but, as other Black women, it's just like the violence that's normalized in between Black women, and then not just physically violence, but like the verbal violence, the emotional violence, and how we treat each other it's appalling, and it's disgusting. And it's so sad that she lost her life over what? I mean, literally over nothing.
And everybody going down. I'm with Nick. I'm with Nick though. I feel like it was a plan, and she just sitting there smiling, and her best friend they all rot. I just feel like that. Like, come on. And then you call the parents after, like,
and in their face,
and then come back and have dinner,
eating their food. Exactly. Oh, what an absolute! To me.
And the one boy, though, that's what kills me. They've been over there every day with them until the father, he was over there the day the father called and said, we got the body back and got the autopsy. She did die of alcohol poisoning. She was traumatized. She had a broken neck and a broken spinal cord. Said all of a sudden the boy faked like he was sick, and his mother took him home, and they haven't heard from him or seen him since. Homie was only going over there to find out what they know. Anything.
That's
and
what
when he found out that they found out, because Daddy said he wasn't taking that story, and not one of them even had a decency to at least call him beforehand and give him that same sad story. Nobody called him, nothing.
Because they didn't want to get in trouble. So it's like that fight or flight. Nobody wanted to get in trouble. But for something like that, listen, my conscience would not allow me to sit there. First of all, watch it, because I'm calling the police on all y'all. Like, we came over here together, call it what you want. Boom, we ain't got to be cool. I don't care. This is not okay with me. And how easy is it to be somebody else. I don't care. You could be the baddest fighter out. When you looking at everybody against you, even your bestie who's standing there watching it happen. So that says it's you against all of them. Mm-hmm. It don't matter. What's wrong is wrong. Shout out to Kyrie. Kyrie up here, he donated, and let me say this, he did not tell anybody. It was seen on there. He donated $65,000 to her GoFundMe. And so with that, it was like, okay, they're able to do, you know what I mean? They can get a private investigator. They can do whatever it is that they need to do. Also, it was $6,000 for her body to be brought back to the States. Dad said that they should have stayed there with her until they got over there. I don't know if I would have, because then they would be trying to pin it on somebody and who want to be in jail in Mexico, you know, until it's figured out. That's just me.
They're not going to stay because they're all guilty. So, of course, they're not going to stay.
Go ahead. What you got, Amber D?
So, I feel like the staying behind with the body is, like, questionable. But to me, when they didn't call an ambulance or call for medical assistance, I feel like that was just ridiculous. And then,
but lie about it, said that they did. You know, y'all
right.
did.
Well, how did they get there? They called somebody because that's how they pronounced her dead. So they called somebody at some point. Because what, you gonna just leave the body there? No, I don't think so. I hope not.
They might have, and she was just because, you know, after Airbnb, somebody's gonna come in and, you know, make sure.
Oh, the maid. I think they said the maid found it. Yeah, so you're right.
To make sure you can get your deposit back, or, you know, or if you messed up the house, they gonna charge you. So somebody has to come and check. So I don't think they called anybody. I think she was found.
Yeah, it's tragic. I wanted to touch base on that. You know, I try to be on the high. Let's have a good time. And I promise you, we're going to have a good time. But I had to do that. And I want, you know, prayers to her family, to the Robinson family. It's tragic. It's a lesson learned. You know, I hate that it's their child that the lesson is on. Your friends aren't always your friends. Don't trust nobody. That's me. I got that ice cube in my head, especially it's like, nah. But just know that everybody that's smiling your face, they're not your friends. And out of the country, you took her all the way from her protection. All the way from her protection to be like, okay, this is what we're going to do. So I'm with y'all on the premeditation. Let's get this show on the road.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
All right, today's topic is what's on your menu. You know, we got the recycled menu over and over and over. What you got going on? What's on your menu, Amber D, for Thanksgiving?
So I do have a recycled menu, but one thing that may not be on a lot of other people's menu is I might do bacon wrapped scallops, or I'll do bacon wrapped asparagus. So that's something that maybe you can try.
Yeah.
Okay. Or
Okay.
not.
Bacon wrapped asparagus. Listen, a lot of people don't. You like that, Nick?
I've heard a lot of people talking about it and said it's good. I haven't. I've had asparagus, but not the bacon wrapped asparagus.
Listen, and females tell your dude, listen, when you eat asparagus, your urine does smell bad. Just put that out there. Quick medical fact. But like, listen, I had asparagus. That's what I had. I was over Amber D's and I had asparagus, so don't be concerned. What you got, Nick? What's on your menu?
Let me see. Of course, my brother asked me to make pasta. I said, "How? I know y'all was gonna ask me that."
Y'all do pasta salad
Always
for
gotta make
Thanksgiving?
pasta salad. Everybody always wanted me to make pasta salad. I don't care what the occasion is. I always got to make either the pasta salad, the pretzel salad, the peach cobbler. Like, for real, y'all? And the potato salad a lot of times. But somebody else brings potato salad. The pasta salad, potato salad, green salad, turkey, ham, beans, greens, potatoes.
That's a hit. That's a hit because you got those Christmas lovers that's be talking about something. Oh yeah, we can't wait till Christmas. What kind of bangers y'all got for Thanksgiving? That one.
Yes.
That one. Pastor Shirley Caesar, that one. Okay. Then did it and turned it into, look, her sermon turned into a hit. Turned into a Thanksgiving hit.
Yes, because black folks gonna find something to go make it a hit. Like anything you say, they gonna find a beat to it, and it just took off. But yeah, macaroni and cheese, like all of that. So everybody's coming over here for Thanksgiving.
And y'all just having the basics, nothing different,
right? Nothing different. I don't think somebody might be bringing something different. Now, don't get me wrong, because others are bringing food as well. But it's definitely. Every holiday they rotate houses. So,
okay. If you vegan or pescatarian and all those other ones, pack a lunch. I'm just saying. Pack a lunch. I'm just saying. To be like,
don't come here looking all disgusted at all the meat. Just go ahead and pack a lunch, or better yet, just don't come if it's gonna make you sick watching us eat meat.
Don't do it. I don't eat pork. Did y'all use that fork to cut that ham?
Yeah,
is that the same pork?
I don't eat pork. That's why when I make my pasta salad, my pepperoni is always turkey pepperoni, because a lot of people don't eat pork for whatever reasons, and so therefore I started making and when I can't find turkey pepperoni, y'all, I be having a whole fit. But I start making my pasta salad with turkey pepperoni, so people that don't eat pork can enjoy it.
Oh, that's nice.
Don't be nothing out my pasta salad, because we're gonna have a problem.
So you cook according to the guest.
Just that.
Oh, just that. Okay. What about you, Amber D? Do you cook according to your guests?
Yes, but I already know who's coming to my house for Thanksgiving. So
what was last week's show? The plus one.
Oh, the plus one. Yeah, no. I don't do it like you were talking about, Mel, having a plus one at somebody's home that they live in. That's completely unacceptable. So yeah, I know everyone that's coming, and everyone that's going to be in attendance eats meat and eats pork. So we're going to be straight.
Oh, we got group text going on, so ain't no mistakes. You bringing somebody, you better add it in that group text, so everybody can say yay or nay, or for the host to say yay or nay. Because I'm not.
I'll be like, nay, y'all all could go. Don't come bringing the plus one. We ain't that cool.
Yeah.
Not to my house. Now, if I'm at a hall or something, come one, come all. But not to my home. Nope. All y'all, you just been disinvited. Bye. See ya. Mm-hmm. That's too much. That's way too much. And then it's always something. Because you do have that person. I had somebody come to my house, my boy, cool. Come, boom. He was dropping my son off. He brought his girlfriend in. First of all, as a female, why do you want to come in my house after 11 p.m.? Why would you even want to come? Now, she did say, she was like, well, he invited me in. But as a female, why do you want to come in my house? It's 11 p.m. I'm not going to be dressed to entertain. So why did you really come in? You want to look around? See, that's me. Yeah, what's your motive? It's all about motive. What's your motive?
They want to see how the other chick living.
But I ain't think chick. We was just cool. You just did me a favor, picked my child up, boom, from I think basketball practice or something. It's like, oh, I'll bring them, and there you go. So there was no reason for you to come in there. But anyway, long story short, I did me as usual, and I didn't realize. I was so pissed that I'm at the top of my stairs, and I realized that chick was down there. I don't know you like that, and it's certain people, like, I'm high by with people, but you kind of know who messy in different crews. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Me and her, we are not cool for you to be invited in my home by me, not with somebody else. So anyway, I guess I was yelling at the top of my lungs. I'm not a cursor, but I was like, my son said, he was like, oh my gosh. I was like, get out. Like, get out my both of them. Bye. I was so serious. And me and him was like this. And he was like, yeah, her feelings was hurt. I don't care about her feelings. Bro, I don't know you. I don't care about your feelings. It's the truth. I don't know you like that.
Right.
But what about me? Like, I think that an adult woman would know it's 11 p.m. I'm in the car. We're not staying. It's just the drop off. Bye. Like, that was just so weird. And my son, he knew. Because my son ended up telling me who was down there. I was like, what? Because it was weird for him to even do it because he never did it. So, yeah, she just wanted to come and look around. What you want to look around for? So I don't trust people like that. Mm-hmm. Bye, see you. So to this day, yeah, block. That was a lot of years ago. Block, done. But you have to respect somebody's home. And even if you are with somebody else, I would think an adult would tell whoever they're with to plan on bringing them, is it okay? Are you sure? I need you to call. You know what I'm saying? I need you to call. Like, I'm not about to be put out of somebody else's house. You know, come on. Like, or treat me like Eve. I get put out the Garden of Eden, but don't be out your raggedy house. Get out of here. You ain't gonna be putting me out. You will not get that opportunity. So, on my menu is 0. I might have some fish. Because I don't plan on cooking this Thanksgiving.
Why? You want everybody else?
Go ahead. What you got, Amber D?
Okay, in your story, like, what if, hypothetically speaking, because I don't know if I would have reacted like that. I would have felt uncomfortable. But what if the boyfriend was like, come on, it's fine. And you're, as a girlfriend, like, okay. And he's making it seem like it's all cool and not an issue. And then you get inside. And you know when you're uncomfortable or you're just in the first time, and you just stand by the door.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me answer that for you, Mel.
Go ahead, Nick. You got it.
That was her friend. So he already know how Mel is. So he knew better.
Okay.
And yeah. I want to speak what Amber D. That was their first date. It was the first. It was, but still,
your friend sounds slow.
He ain't slow. He ain't slow. I just think he probably is a little bit because anyway.
Come on,
he knew better. He knew you. He knows you. He knows how you are, so he knew better.
And here's what's interesting.
He knows you.
And here's the thing too. Wait a minute. He doesn't even come that late normally either. So that's why in my mind, I had a whole conversation that they had in there. I had a conversation. Oh, okay. Oh, let me take you in and see. I think it was just like her, or if it was him, like I said, an adult female going into another female's house, as an adult. I'm not talking about 25, 35, 40 plus. What's appropriate and what's not. And if you don't, that's an issue. Which go ahead, hurry up so we can get our guests going.
I'm just wondering, like, okay, so it was their first date.
Yeah. Well, I guess. I don't know.
He didn't know her either. Your friend didn't. So he brought a stranger, somebody that he barely knew, to your house.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. That's how I felt. Yep.
Giving remedial vibes. It's like, Mel. You trying to get to know this girl, and you gonna bring her to Mel's house? Boy, you was obviously asking to get embarrassed, and you got just that. Embarrassed. Come on, Eric, listen. I haven't known you as long as these folks have. He knew better.
Go ahead, Amber D. Read that one.
So Noelle Celeste Fagans of Facebook said, man, Mel, I invited 2 people to come with me.
Fagans got jokes.
Listen, Fagans got more than that because Fagans did, since she put it out there, she brought somebody to my house and I told them they both could leave.
Oh.
Since she put it out there, I wasn't even going to bring it up. But thanks for watching. See what I'm saying? The people come to also me. Listen here. No is a complete sentence. Ask me. We talked about the +1. You just don't do that. Family is one thing, but when it's not, you just cannot do that because your home is personal. This is my area. Now I got to oil everything up on your way out because I don't know what kind of spirit you trying to drop off up in here. I'm for real with that. Go ahead, and we're gonna get our guests up on here, huh?
Because I have brought guests, and it was I feel like something that's kind of well known in my family. It's not just me; lots of people. Well, being orphans, like orphans to like family get-togethers. Like, oh, they didn't have nowhere to go for Thanksgiving, especially when I was in college.
That's me.
Like,
that was
my
me.
Roommate can't go home. Can she come to our Thanksgiving or whatever? Stuff like that.
But you asked.
Did that. Right. I asked first. And then even when we were having, a family get together at my grandmother's house, and I already knew everyone was welcome, and there would be strangers there, like somebody else's friend that you ain't never heard of, and they was essentially a straggler. Orphan, like you just latched on and came. Like, they were welcome because, what my grandmother had like an open door policy. But, and that's why I'm like, well, maybe that's their upbringing and they thought it wasn't a big deal. But that's like a big family get together, like a holiday celebration where you're normally going to have guests and +1s or whatever.
At a cookout.
I would say like
at a cookout, we outside, yes.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
when you meet my family, you special.
Right.
If you meet my family or you meet my mother at the grocery store, that's just it. You're not like, when you're at home, people come and they introduce you to your family, then you're special. Don't come inviting somebody, like I said, that's going to come back and rob me. I don't have that to do. Because, listen, people be coming in and latching on and be like, oh, this is my plan. Like that young man who said he was going to buy that washer and dryer. And then he wanted to see if it worked and took a load of clothes and washed his clothes and left and didn't buy the washer and dryer. Quit playing with me. There's a whole lot going on out there. Like, y'all better watch. Hey, he got his laundry done for free, okay?
I coming to my house with no. Excuse me, sir. What's that?
He wanted to see if the washer and dryer worked.
I'll turn it on for you. I'll turn them on for you. You can see that way. Other than that, nah. I got some clothes that need to be washed. I'll wash it for you. Hold on for a minute. You're not bringing your clothes in my house, bruh. You not bringing no clothes because them clothes will be on fire. Listen, bleach.
But hey,
I throw bleach on them and you.
But you know what? That's okay. So that's
come on, because I gotta get my guest on, and I've been looking for my guest for a minute. I have been looking for my guest for a minute. He ran for mayor. Everybody, we looking for him. Where you at? Well, guess what? I have found him. So I want you guys to give him a nice Shop Talk with Mel. Welcome. Hey. What is going on? Good morning, Mr. Sean McKinney. Where you been?
First, I gotta tell you, it's a pleasure to be on with three beautiful queens. On a Saturday morning, just before a holiday that we celebrate, just to be thankful of. And I gotta tell you, I'm into holidays, but I'm about, every day is Christmas. Every day is Thanksgiving. Every day is Valentine's Day. So, it's kind of it's a little bit different for me, but it's an awesome feat to be here with three beautiful queens talking about friends and people coming over at 11 p.m. and all that. You're right.
We shop talking.
But I'm with you, Nikki the voice, and she about to throw down for Thanksgiving. Ham, greens, beans, all that good stuff. And so I'm with you, Nikki the voice.
What's on your menu, Sean?
On my menu for Thanksgiving is really, I'm like the cleanup guy. I'll put out some money, if need be. But I'm about eating and having a good time and know that all my family and friends and stuff like that. So that's really about it. But I'm gonna throw down as well.
You'll throw
I'm
down?
not vegan, so I am gonna throw down. Nothing against the folks. Nothing against the folks that are vegan, but I eat.
Okay, we got you. You still there? Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Oh, there
I'm
we
here.
go. Okay. It's like a
I can hear you.
Okay, it's like a karate movie, a Chinese movie where the mouth be moving and then the words come later. Be like, all right, there we go. Okay, we got you. So where have you been? Listen, after I thought you were going to run the second time when it was time to run for mayor. For those who don't know, and to the listening audience, Sean McKinney had run for mayor of Youngstown, Ohio. Had great plans, I got to tell you, and didn't win the election. So where have you been? I've been looking for you.
I've been here. You found me too. I'll tell you, I still have my home here. I still have some property in Youngstown. What actually took place, of course, after any major election, it's time to reset, relax a little bit, recuperate, continue to follow your vision and your plans, but just to really just kind of get your feet, just rest. So that's what I was able to do, and I'm very fortunate that at that time I was able to do that. Spent some time down in Georgia. One of my sisters lives in the Atlanta area. Spent some time down there, and then it was time to get back to work. So I started with Farmers National Bank as an assistant vice president of facilities. And then from there, I left, and currently I've been with the Carl Company as a regional operations manager. So I'm still here, but I've had the luxury and the pleasure to travel a bit and just see how the rest of the country and the rest of the world, what they're doing, and how could we incorporate that back into, the city that we all love.
Okay. Well, one said, all right now. Now listen, I got Texas. Listen, these Texas is coming on the phone. I'm going to ask you the question. You ready?
Sure. I'm ready.
I got 6 Texas. Is he single? They all pretty much just saying like, oh, a productive black man. Wow. Is he single?
First and foremost, I want to tell them thank you for the vote of confidence. I am presently single. However, I am dating. And we'll leave it at that.
Okay, I like that. Nick, you know what that means, right? He said he is presently single and he is dating. All right, lady. Look at me looking at the phone like that. Let me look out here because clearly they're watching.
Tell them with all the gray in my beard that's coming, I got a lot of wisdom too.
We know that. Let me tell you something about the gray. Listen, it's something about gray that makes you look distinguished. That gray is attractive. Go on, keep it on in there.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that gray is it. No lie. Keep it on going. Keep it on going. Now, I want you, since we have
no,
this...
that's not like the orange we were talking about, was it?
No! No! Listen, that's because your phone number is so easy. This is what I said. I'll let you guys know. His phone number is so easy. Like, I didn't store him in my phone. But I was like, wait. He said, he was like, my phone number is the easiest number in the world. So I'm thinking back, so I didn't have to go through the texts. I was like, boom, just to make sure all was well for the show today. And I remembered his number because it's very easy. I'm not going to give it to y'all. Look, I told him, I said, well, I know who my first phone call is going to be if I happen to go to jail. You. There you go. He was like, he's talking about the orange jumpsuit. Go ahead, what you got?
If you happen to go to jail in the state of Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Kentucky, Tennessee, state of Washington, and Georgia, I could probably get you out.
See what I'm saying? I knew it was something. Oh, look at Nick.
Connection.
Look at Nick. Yeah. See, I knew it was something. Hey, we got another brother on the line. He said that he gonna keep his grade in. Keep your grade, dear. Keep your grade. I'm telling you, it's something about that grade. It is. And it's not that you're looking for a father figure, because some people tend to think that they're interested, because he reminds them of their dad who wasn't in their life, all that psychology stuff. No, that gray looks grand. Keep it. I'm like, everybody need a Santa. Hey, 'tis the season. Look at it. But Sean, I brought you on because of the current election that we have going on. Well, they just passed, but we have some that they couldn't, they still have to count. And of course, we got Husha. That's what I call them. Husha, you running for, what you running for? You running for the Senate? Listen, I don't know where they got them from, the football field. That's where they got them from. But anyway, what was your mindset? I heard you say you had to get some rest, and I know it can be mentally exhausting. Can you share some of that with the listening audience as far as like if you want to run for an office and what it entails besides just the finances?
I think.
Go ahead.
Certainly. I think just to answer the question, because I probably get this question quite a bit. At least I've probably gotten this question at least two times out of a week since 2017. Would I run again? What office would I run for? And things of that nature. The question is yes, I will potentially run for another office, whether it's in the city of Youngstown, whether it's in the county or statewide or even federally, or potentially running in another state. But for the most part, I definitely will run for another office. And I encourage every person, whether whatever age group they may be in, if they are passionate about people and they're truthful and they want to be honest and they have a vision to run for an office. We need good women and men in office. No matter what, if you're black, white, red, Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter. As long as you tell the truth and be honest and you have a plan and a vision that you believe that will work. To further that question, I think when you're running, there's no comparison to, it's kind of a tough, unless you've done it, but you bring so many people with you that believe in you. And people that don't believe in you, they still are engaged in the process. I think while you're running and on the campaign trail, and if you are literally, your heart is in every aspect of it every day, it can be exhausting. But I try to do the same things that I've always done over my lifetime, working out and getting my cardio and things of that nature. That's a lifestyle. That's what I do. Trying to better eat properly and things of that nature. That's a lifestyle. But just being who you are is that's what makes it a lot easier. But after the race, whether you win or you lose, there's time to really just reflect on, man, what could I have done better? What could I have said differently? Did I miss knocking on that door? Did this group of people or this culture, did they get my message? Could they see my vision? Could I have done things a little bit better? Did I attract younger people more than I did our seniors? Did I attract more women more than I did, our men? Did I attract, my culture, my race more than I did, maybe another culture or race? So I think there's a list of things that we all, at least I looked at and continue to look at to say, okay, what can I do? What could I have done better? And what could I do in the future to make things 100% better for not only while I'm running, but also as I'm mentoring other candidates. And I've worked on a number of campaigns to say, hey, you want to do this or you want to do that. One of the recent ones, she's no longer in office, had the opportunity to help former mayor of Atlanta, Georgia, Keisha Lance Bottoms. I know for a fact that her team took some of the things that I wanted to implement here in the Youngstown area, and they implemented them in the Atlanta, Georgia area. So you can actually see those things happening. So that would be my advice. It's not the end all be all, but that's just some of the things that I encountered during this process.
I appreciate that. Ladies, we see him from the neck up. So yeah, he's built. He got body, yada yada. Now, I gotta help my people out, Okay.
Did somebody really ask that?
Girl, listen, this phone is vibrating over here with the texts. They don't want to be seen, but that's all right. Hey, I just relayed a message. That's all I do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No, look, Derek is off the hook. But listen, I gotta be me. Sean, for those who don't know, he has a great sense of humor. Sean, did you see the memes about you after the election was over?
No, I can say during the whole process, that was something that I think I took a page out of former President Barack Obama's book. And actually, really, Michelle was kind of the one that, it's always that woman that covers us men. And my sisters, they would not, and my campaign manager, they would not let me, and I didn't really want to see what was happening on social media. Mm-hmm. I wanted to stay focused on my vision and what I thought the plan would be for the city of Youngstown at that time. So I didn't see the memes during the campaign, and I didn't see the memes after the campaign.
That weren't bad, though.
I think No. I think I ran across one that was early on in the campaign. I think it was maybe we were at a something to do with the NAACP.
Oh, see, I didn't see that.
And action. And it was kind of a meme where I had my head to the side. It was just, I don't know, they had half of my beard cut off, and it was kind of crazy. But that was probably about the only one that I did see.
Well, the ones that I saw, which I was laughing, because, I'm laughing all the time. They were just like, they had Carmen Sandiego. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? It was just your face like, where is Sean McKinney? And then it was one with you on the back of a milk carton. The people wanted to hear from you. And it was like, where did he go? That's why I was like, where is Sean McKinney? And I found you. So I'm so grateful for you to come on and tell the people, hey, where did you go? And you up here busy doing your doggone thing, and you gave your brain a rest.
Right.
And I can appreciate that. I was like, I got to get him on so that the people, look.
I appreciate you having me on. But the other part of that, I think even though, as you said, giving my brain a rest, I've been so busy in other cities and states and pretty much helping other candidates. And all candidates don't win, Stacey Abrams in Georgia was a candidate that I was backing 100%. And I really wish that she would have won. I think she has such a great message, and she's honest and she's legit. And that was one of the persons that I'm constantly pushing. There was another brother out in Wisconsin, a senator, a young guy. His name is Mandela Barnes. He ran for Senate. He's up and coming. He's another brother that I'm pushing, that you'll see, I think in the future, you'll see him on the scene and just a dynamic message. So even though I wasn't specifically here all the time or out in the public here, I've been out. You can, if you check my social media, my storyline, a matter of fact, I just got off a plane yesterday coming from Kentucky and Tennessee.
Just doing it.
I was in Iowa. So just working and just continue to see our people move forward and whatever it takes.
And another reason I brought you on is anybody that knows me, it's all about encouragement, inspiration, and motivation. That's me, with some laughter, because I can't help it, because that's just who I am. I want you to come on because a lot of people just look at a loss as just a loss. And you being on here shows people you still do the work. And just because I lost don't mean I didn't learn a lesson. Does not mean I can't teach other people. Does not mean I can't say, hey, keep going. Just because one thing doesn't go your way, like you said, okay, maybe not locally, I'll run again. I may, go up the ladder and run. Don't quit. That's it. That's today's lesson. Don't quit. And in every loss that I've had, even in my life, it's like, oh, okay, it's not even about that. And, when you're younger, it's like, okay, we won, you lost. That's elementary. As an adult,
right,
I ran. And look what it took. And let you know. That's why I appreciate you coming on. Let me let you know what it takes. And you too can do it. And just because you didn't get enough votes, and not you personally, but just in life, or enough people to say, hey, this is who I want to go with, does not mean it's over for you, and does not mean that you shouldn't try. So I just wanted to commend you for coming on and sharing and letting people know what it takes, because it took a lot for me just to be going. They'd be like, oh, can you work the campaign? Lord, I'd be standing out there. I'd be like, I passed out a few flyers. Me and Andre was together. Morgan, standing outside in the cold, passing out these flyers. Listen, that took a lot of work. I said,
thank you.
I said, oh, listen, we were sitting there and I'm like, oh, it got to be something else I could be doing. You know what I mean? But you're there for your people. So it's like, it takes a lot of work on, your outside people. So I can only imagine the brain work from the person that's actually running in the election.
And Mel, I don't necessarily look at it as though a loss is a loss. Mm-hmm. And when I say that, I mean it in that aspect.
No, go ahead.
It was a process that we all go through. And what else did it bring about within me? The other part is my memories coming about. You asked me early on, how come I didn't run and things of that nature. I was probably planning to move a little bit forward in that process. I had some untimely transitions of deaths in my family. My younger sister passed in 2019. Then my father passed in 2020. And then I had my uncle passed 3 months after my dad, a real close uncle. So that right then was something that me and some of the other men, older, I should say, men and sons, and our aunts, just realistically healed up ourselves. Mm-hmm. That whole process. So
you have my condolences.
Phase that, before I can really do something for the community, I need to make sure that my family and my well-being is up to speed, because grieving is a real process, specifically when, I've been very fortunate to have I grew up in a strong household with my father and my mother, and, my dad was a military background. And so when you have that type of love and that type of fortitude so overall, it was a win-win. I'm 100% better today. I've learned some things, and just whatever I can do to help in the future, it'll come about.
Well, you're doing it. You're doing it. You making things happen. Look, I'm like, you are doing it and you are making things happen, and I love it. It's like, I'm not stopping, but you didn't have that I'm going to sit down attitude or personality anyway. I remember when you were first running and I came to you, I was on that side street. Do you remember that? And I had a question. And,
I believe I did.
And I just flat out asked you the question, which we know what the question was, because the people want to know. And so you hear people talking. I've always been a straight shooter. And you answered me, and I appreciated it so much. And I was like, he all right with me. He's all right, because I didn't really know you. And it was like, he all right. So I appreciate that you were flat out honest instead of, the hearsay. And that was a lot of, I'll just say it because it's over. I asked because some people felt, is it okay? Is it okay? I don't want to, is it okay for me to?
Certainly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked him because a lot of people felt like you were just the face for McNally because he lost. And I've always been that person to be like, well, I'm not about to go off of hearsay. Let me go ask him. And I shared that with you.
Right.
And you were like, what? No. And I appreciated that. And that's what we need to do. We need to be able to go up to our officials that are running, our elected officials, and ask them the question. If you can't approach somebody and if they're not approachable, you just can't get my vote. And that's it. And I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you answering that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, in that aspect, I think you should be able to ask any official, specifically when you're paying their wages and they're managing the taxpayers' dollars on a day-to-day basis. You should be able to ask them anything you want. I don't even care if it's personal things. You should be able to ask them as well. When you asked me, was I of McNally and things of that nature, the answer was no. I think I marvel at sometimes small town politics when you may have a couple African American or a couple black people that are running in an office, for an office, that sometimes people in a small town environment, I don't say that, I'm not being disrespectful.
No, just talk.
They don't understand because they feel like, oh, you're going to cut out the black vote. But when you go to larger cities like Chicago, like LA, like Atlanta, you may have, and I know those cities are a lot larger than, of course, a Youngstown, but you may have close to 25 or 30 black people, men and women, running for one particular office, and may the best person win that office. Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that our citizens are getting the best treatment and getting more than what they deserve, something better. So I think a lot of times people, they look at it as though, oh, you're the face for this person, you're the face for that person. No, I would have been straightforward and honest and told you, oh yeah, I'm supporting this guy. He didn't win. I'm gonna come back out and run on his behalf. But no, I'm my own man. I've always been my own man. Have my own beliefs and truths and values. And I ran because I felt as though at that time I was the best candidate to deliver for the city of Youngstown. And you know, it worked out in another measure, and we moved forward from there.
Absolutely. Amber D and Nick, do y'all remember us having that conversation about why is it that, oh, okay, don't split the black vote, or you wait until I get my turn and then you do yours? What is that about? That's what it was like. What is that about? So I'm glad you touched bases on that. It was like, what?
And Mel, if I can say something else about that, we just saw Nancy Pelosi just decide to step down from a federal perspective from being not running again for speaker. And I know she's definitely been around a long time. The situation that was very unfortunate that happened with her husband and things of that nature. But she saw it's time to pass the torch. It's time to let the younger people or someone with a different vision for this time run our politics. And I think that is so critical, specifically with our younger generation. A lot of them are extremely, very well capable. They have watched us for years. And it's just kind of they're waiting in the wings to say, okay, let me implement what you taught me. Let me implement not only what you taught me, but let me also implement my vision and my dreams that, hey, I'm not stepping on your toes. I'm not forgetting about you, but let me move forward. Let me move forward with what Malcolm X taught us. Let me move forward with MLK, what Dr. Martin Luther King taught us. Let me move forward with E.B. Du Bois, what he taught us. Marcus Garvey, let me move forward with this. But sometimes we have that fight. What am I going to do next? I'm still capable. I'm still relevant. Yeah, you are, but the time has changed. We went from a pager to a cell phone with a pager to a cell phone with a pager and Microsoft Office and computer and everything on it. The time has changed. So I think sometimes we get caught in that time warp of this is the own candidate. This is the same candidate. We recycle candidates, and we keep getting the same results, and it's just it's crazy. Actually,
it really is. There's a old adage, because I even looked at it with Tim Ryan and Vance, and my thoughts were, I said, Tim Ryan been in for 20 years. Was there change? You know what I mean? So you look at that. But the old adage is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But remember, they remixed that where it says, if it ain't broke, break it. So you have people that were in positions, and it's like you were there and everything. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's still the same. So there's no advancement. We're still coasting. So now it's like, if it ain't broke, break it, and let's try something new. And a lot of people aren't okay with that, with the younger generation coming in. Like, okay, let's break it. Let's upgrade. This can be better. You know what I mean? So just, your analogy with the pager to the cell phones, the touch screen and everything else, a whole computer in your hand.
Certainly.
Even though we know some of that stuff don't work out in our favor later, but at least you're moving with the times. You know what I mean? Instead of just sitting there still playing the album.
Certainly.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, wait a minute, wait. I got some nice albums now.
See? You ain't ready? But listen, I like the albums too.
I can switch gears. I'm caught in between, so it's a win-win.
Okay, you like it. Let me put
different sound. It's a different sound with the album. I think we know that.
We do. Versus putting it on the little iPod. What was it? The album, cassettes? Yeah. Oh no, 8-tracks, cassettes. Didn't the doggone little iPods or whatever they have? No, I need to see mine. Let me blow off my album, put it on, get the, you know what I mean, to hear it. But yeah, you have to evolve. You definitely have to evolve and be in tune with the times so that you're communicating effectively with everyone.
Sure.
Yeah. So I truly appreciate it. Amber D, you got something? He explained it. You ain't into politics. I call it politricks.
Right. Yeah, no, I thought it was interesting with Pelosi stepping down. I definitely feel like it was time for that. And I do feel like they should establish term limits. And I actually forgot about her husband in that. And I imagine that probably played a lot into her decision to not run again, because that was really crazy. And I think it was, as an American, it was really disappointing to see how the response was to his attack, over politics. It was concerning.
Yeah, extremely concerning. Extremely. I wanted Amber D to weigh in because she's from the younger generation and stepping up. Yeah. Hey, I gotta evolve too. I got me, Nick, and I gotta get Amber. Come on in here, tell us, teach us something new. She keep us up on all the new terms and everything, like the incel and all that. I'm like, wait, what's an incel? You know what an incel is, Sean?
I do not.
Go ahead.
So an incel is a person, usually a man, that it's a contraction of two words. So involuntarily celibate.
So that's what the young people, they keep it going. I said, And I like that.
Okay.
And it's a lot of different things that she be throwing them out. And I'm like, but the incel stuck in my head because you do have that type of guy.
Yeah, that's why I was like, incel, what is it? Explain it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, me and Amber be having a conversation. I said, And it is, a certain demographic that we actually looked at and discussed. And that's more like, not all doctors, but yeah, those are usually the ones that I run into. You be like, okay, and you want what? You want everything? Yeah, that's what you're looking for. Okay, that's why you're that way. But we have our conversations, and that's what we do. We get it going, and that's what. So that's why I got Amber D up on the scene. Amber D, you want to go ahead and read that comment?
Sure. So Daryl Jones of Facebook said, I believe Nancy doesn't want her life or put her family life in jeopardy. I think more or less that played a major role in her decision.
All right.
Yeah.
I agree. And then when you look at it, you know, if this is your career, if politics is your career, and then you find out what's really important, you know, and kind of like what Sean was saying, you know, if they're still capable, it's like, okay, what do I do next? And sometimes positions validate people. And then it's like, okay, if I no longer hold that position, who am I? And that's when you have to reach back and go take some time for yourself and think, what else can I do? Go ahead, what you got?
Not forgetting who you are. Not forgetting who your family is and where you come from. And, I mean, we hear that adage all the time, keep it 100, keep it real, don't forget where you are. But we see that sometimes positions, they change the person. Or some people want the salary or they want the pay, but they don't physically want to do the work. And that's the challenging part, where people over deliver, where they over promise and under deliver. You know, just be who you are all the time.
And that's why I think terms are important. It'll keep you grounded. It's like I got to always be on my toes to make sure I get back in here again or deliver for the people, because they'll vote me out. But when you talk about, and I'm just going to throw this out, when you talk about going to court to overthrow the people's vote, that's crazy. I'm sitting here, I was like, wait, now you want to get rid of the people? Oh, they voted wrong, so let's get rid of the voters. Huh? Help me. Listen, y'all keep checking up on them politics out there and the folks that's running and what they say. You better listen to what these folks say, because they sound real crazy. Already trying to take the vote. And just a little Black History moment. You know how hard it was for us to vote. Then it was like, oh, okay, we're going to take that away from you. Couldn't even walk across on the same side of the street as the non-melanated. And we have evolved. And it was like, if you caught on that side, now you can't vote. Now we're trying other ways. And they're people out there peopling, trying to get their win, trying to see how it can work for them. You have people that are self-motivated. And when I say self-motivated, not in doing good. They're focused on themselves. Okay, so, you know, you got to watch that and understand that your vote matters. It counts. And vote for who you want. And y'all hear me with the whole Republican, Democrat ticket, and it's okay, this is where we're going. Then you have people upset with you because you're not a part of that party. You don't even have to share that. You can go independent. Because I ain't lying, my stuff was like a bingo card. I was all over the place. I was like, boom, where my dopper at? Boom, boom. And you know, I'm voting for who was best for the job. And not just anybody or who's most popular. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't work that way all the time. So I am so happy to hear that you're not done. And we're going to keep our eye out on you.
Thank you for inviting me to the show. This is I got to tell you, this is one of the best shows that comes on consistently. It's legit, it's honest, it's truthful, and I appreciate the hard work that you women, that you beautiful queens do on a day-to-day, but weekend, but a yearly basis.
I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. You keeping it real, y'all. You keeping it real. I had somebody this morning, I got an inbox, and they asked, how come I don't have celebrities on? That's what they asked. So I said, well, go back and check my resume. I said, but they have to say something. So you could go on YouTube and you could see Candy, Todd, the Mans, I can't even think of Erica, off Mary. You could go and you could see all that if you are celebrity struck. But to be on my show, you have to be saying something, encouraging, inspiring people, motivating people, not to just say, hey, how you doing? boom, and this person was on there. It has to be a reason. And we as people, we're all celebrities. Everybody to come on this show is how you look at it. If you can learn something from it, I got you on here. Big time. Never ever to put anybody down. That's not what I stand for, okay? So to that person who inboxed me, I appreciated the question. But if a celebrity is coming on, they're actually saying something and encouraging you. If they're not, I ain't here for promotion. I don't do promotion, but you can pay for it. I give you ad. Yeah, look, and the comment, thank you got it. Mel ain't doing it for likes or popularity. You got that. You got that. I truly appreciate it. Truly, truly appreciate it. All right, Sean, we get ready to start talking about this Thanksgiving thing. You're more than welcome to stay, or if you got to go, because I know you're a busy guy, just got off the plane.
I am. I'm going to go ahead and leave. But once again, happy holidays to you women, to you ladies. Happy holidays to your viewers. And I appreciate the opportunity. And hopefully I get the opportunity to come back.
Yes!
And, Mel, we need to connect on some other measures that we talked about in the past. And let's continue to move forward.
Yes, this is a Thanksgiving show. Who are you thankful for before you go?
I'm thankful for God. That every day he looks at me and says, okay, I'm not done with you yet. Of course, I'm thankful for my family, but ultimately I'm thankful for God. That he, once again, I'm alive and there's still so much I need to accomplish. And he's allowing me to do so.
All right. Best Thanksgiving.
Best Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh. Best Thanksgiving.
Yet to come. Every Thanksgiving's good.
Is it? Okay. Yet to come.
Every day is Thanksgiving.
Now that's the truth. You better preach. I'm about to throw you a call. I'm going to mail you a caller.
Man, you better mail me a check first.
Larry, you fun. I told y'all you got a sense of humor. Look at me with my little sounds. Ain't that funny? All right, Sean, I will let you go and thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Love you guys. Be safe. Talk to you soon.
All right, Sean McKinney. Y'all better watch out for him. He will be coming to a city near you or state, wherever you at. But you heard what he said. He had all them other states and things in there. So if I go to jail, I'm calling him. That ain't my plan, though. My plan is just to work there. No, let me just work there.
Like, yeah, let me just get my foot in the door, make some money. That's it.
Best Thanksgiving, Nick.
The best Thanksgiving, had to be when my grandparents were alive. We used to go to my grandma's every year for Thanksgiving.
What was the best part?
That's when, just being with my family. I missed them.
All right. Amber D, best Thanksgiving.
Same. My grandmother we lived 4 hours from one of my grandmothers, so it was a journey just to get there. And when we got there, my grandmother treated us like celebrities. Like, oh, you're coming in from out of town, it felt so good. It felt so good. And, my grandma, she could throw down. And she took it very seriously. But when she was working, she was a professional chef. So the food was serious.
Grandma was a professional chef.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all was getting it in.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, y'all had all the good food.
Yes.
Well, wait a minute. I want to talk about this. Do you remember when people came from out of town like you did? You treated them like celebrities.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, let's make sure you got the fresh linen on everything, making sure everything is there. You knew your family was coming. You were all excited. They don't do that anymore.
I still do that on both sides of my
Do
family.
you?
Yeah. So I still get the royal treatment because even like I said, where I'm at right now is a 5-hour drive to get here. So
you still get the royal. Okay. Well, what about when guests come to your house from out of town?
Nobody comes from my house because I'm still renovating.
Okay.
So, but they get treated. I do the best I can with my little shack. So I didn't got much to offer, but I offer what I can. Yeah.
I think it's important to make people feel welcome from out of town.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
I think it's really important. Even though you be like, if you're hosting the Thanksgiving dinner, you be hungry the whole week before Thanksgiving. We eating sandwiches. Like, what is that about? Like, can't nobody eat nothing. You can't eat nothing until Thanksgiving, so you gotta like save up your hunger.
Listen,
Like
the protein shakes. You see that ain't as prominent as it was. I'm trying to get rid of the turkey gobbler. So.
Is that so you can get prepared?
Mine's going down too. But
Is that so you can get prepared for Thanksgiving? Like, it's just be like super sandwiches. I remember when I was younger.
It's not in preparation for Thanksgiving. It's just.
But I remember when I was younger, it was like, wasn't nobody cooking the week before Thanksgiving, like, at all. Like, you just went in there and got yourself a cold cut or whatever, and you ain't there be like, ooh, I can't wait. Look, I can't wait till Thanksgiving. I'm going to throw down. Then you eat, like, two tablespoons or something, and you be like, oh, I'm full.
yeah. Because your stomach doesn't shrink. But I did that. I just recently did that because I knew I was going out of town, and I knew as soon as I got back, I was going to have to go do the heavy shopping for the dinner and spend like, $400 on groceries. So I was like, let me just, because I didn't want all that food sitting in the refrigerator for 4 days. So I was like, no, eat some crackers. All right.
No, you say some crackers. And you know what?
Crackers.
And you know what's interesting? What's interesting is you didn't mind, even though, if you were on a budget, you save all your money up for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And did not mind splurging for Thanksgiving. Like, all the grocery money for the whole month is going on this day. So figure it out.
Yeah.
Turkeys went up, I think, 20%. This was, 2 months ago? 20% than what it was last year. Like, that's crazy. Then they said they're going back down.
Shortage.
Now,
you said that. It's a turkey shortage.
Now help me understand this. You know how they be out there giving away it's turkey shortage. I remember 94.7 was giving away turkeys and somebody stole the turkeys off the van. Girl, bye. It was like, y'all stole these frozen turkeys off the... Like, we're giving them away free. Like, you didn't even have to...
They stole them so they can get some money off them because they was giving them away free, but the person that stole them was going to go sell them.
And I'm sure that was it, but it was just terrible. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Now, you have people that buy up these turkeys and they said, we're going to give these turkeys to the homeless. My mind can never understand. I can't wrap my mind around this. I'm like, you're giving raw turkeys to the homeless. How they going to cook it?
Right.
See, I never understood that.
Maybe they meant like a homeless shelter or something like that. Because
no, they give it to them, a whole turkey. I seen it. I ain't making this up.
What are you going to do with it?
Right.
Well,
okay.
I mean, if it's not snowing or if it's not raining, they can make fire pit and...
Okay, go ahead. What you got, Amber D?
Yeah, you know what I meant.
1 year... Before, I got all new appliances now, but 1 year I did go to a food giveaway, and they gave away a free turkey. But I had a little mini fridge. I didn't have a refrigerator. I had like a little, college dorm size, and I couldn't fit it up in there. And it ended up spoiling. I put it outside to keep it frozen because it was cold. I ended up, cooking it and then giving it to the dog for like a month.
The dog had turkey for a month. That dog was tired.
Spoiled. That was a spoiled dog.
That dog was sleepy like, some turkey sandwich, turkey soup, turkey noodle, turkey. What happened?
Turkey salad.
Yes.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I agree, Mel. It doesn't make that much sense.
Yeah, I never understood that. It could wrap my mind around that ever. I'll tell you one time, my very first Thanksgiving that I actually prepared. Had my dad over, my mom, and our children. The children were little. Anyway, I'm sitting there like, I'm gonna make this turkey. I'm gonna cook this time, baby. I was proud. I was so proud of this meal, and I had it all sitting there, looked so pretty. I never realized until my dad says, "Why that turkey got 3 legs?"
Ooh.
Listen, I done cooked this turkey, didn't even realize it ain't had 2 wings. Somebody done stole a wing. Somebody. It had 3. He's like, "Where you get this handicapped turkey from?" Now, here's the thing. I didn't know anything about, you got to go to the grocery store early on, you know what I mean, to get your turkey. So I had to go to Save-A-Lot to get my turkey. So I got me like a Gabriel turkey. Like, the turkey had 3 legs, and where the wing was, the leg was up there.
Oh.
It was so... It was so funny because I was like, what? And I happened to look, was like, now I done seasoned this bird and everything. Didn't even realize that. Shout out to you, L. Bell, for noticing that I had a handicapped turkey. He's like, "Where you get it from?" He said, "Where you get this handicapped turkey from?" I said, "Save-A-Lot." He said, "You sure did." It was, they got me somebody that took my wing. Somebody took my wing, or maybe it had 3 legs. I mean, I didn't know. I was like, a turkey's a turkey's a turkey. I didn't know. So that was one of the funniest ones. And then, I didn't really like the cooker. I had a chicken, and my son was like, "How come that turkey ain't browning?" So my aunt happened to come over. I said, "I don't know why it's not browning." She said, "Because it's a chicken." I said, "Oh, don't tell him." Let's act like he was little. I was like, "Let's act like it's a turkey."
Now he knows.
Yes.
Your mama feed you turkey.
That was a chicken, and then the next time I had a doggone handicapped turkey. I cannot. Crazy. Now,
listen, my best friend, when it comes to cooking turkey or especially big slab of rib, I had a roaster that my mama, I think, bought me for Christmas one year. Either my mom or my brother. Man, that was the best. Because you talk about meat falling off the bone and falling apart. You just go to cut it and it just like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Because I can't stand choking on no dry ass turkey.
How the turkey dry?
It's the way it is. But that's why you have the gravy.
Overcooked or something.
Yeah.
Or the gravy, even with gravy, it was dry. Just dry. I'm not gonna put the person out there where I was at.
Did y'all go back over there? Did they host Thanksgiving again? Because whoever hosting is the one that got to have the turkey, right?
I'm quite sure they did. I just didn't go back over there. Like the turkey was just dry.
Your turkey was dry. All right, sweet potatoes, pecans or not? Pecans and the sweet potatoes.
I don't care.
Can't. You could go ahead and read that, Nick.
He said no, not carpet turkey.
Turkey has never been my favorite, but what about if you season it with ranch?
Oh no, that's a ranch turkey sounds like it would be good. They're doing everything now. Cajun turkey, deep fried turkey. I know somebody at home that does every year. He'll fry people's turkeys for them, different flavors, the Cajun, the ranch. So yeah, that probably would be real good. But listen, but the turkey got to be juicy. I mean, I know the white meat is always on anything is always a little bit drier.
Okay.
Than dark meat. The dark meat is always y'all. Let me think. In meat as well as people, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Oh, is that for real?
The darker the meat, the juicier the chicken, the juicier the turkey.
What is it? The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You think that's true?
Well, I want to
not really. I don't know.
Go ahead.
But as far as meat wise, yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Amber D.
The roasting bags, they're those really help hold the juices in. So
yeah, they do.
So that'll make a big difference if you do that.
Old school. If you don't got no roasted bag, but you got a paper bag big enough, slather that bad boy with some doggone olive oil or Crisco grease or whatever, so you don't burn it up in your oven. Slide and season your turkey. Slide that bad boy in there. Cook it in the paper bag.
Do you go on? Do you go on to the internet for recipes?
Definitely.
Do you?
Yep.
You don't go to the family?
No.
No.
I my family, the internet, or however. If I want to try something different, I go on the internet. If I want to stay with my traditional, I know my family's recipes, and so there we go.
That's important. That is very important to get the recipes while they're still here.
Ooh, child, yes.
Because when they go, and you be like, oh, I want that taste, and I don't know how to get it.
Or if you want to be like my grandma, my mom's mom. Grandma, how you make that? I know. I just put a little pinch of this and a little pinch of that. But boy, them little pinches be good, but they can never tell you the correct measurements. If you ain't one of them people that will watch it, and catch it, then you just lost. Especially when they gone. But my grandma, she was good for, I don't know, I just put a little pinch of this, a little pinch of that. Well, grandma, can you tell me how much a pinch is? I don't know. I said it's just a pinch. So it's like, yeah, I had to keep playing, especially with the dough, because I made a peach cobbler. My first time making a peach cobbler. This is for Easter, though. I was in Georgia. My brother was stationed in Georgia. We had some folks over. So I cooked all this food. Called myself making peach cobbler the first time. I make it like my grandma. Mm-hmm. My brother called it a peach biscuit.
Did you?
One side was full of juice. It would look nice. There's the other side was so drawn it looked like a biscuit with peaches cooked. Like, for real. I was like, oh my God. But you know what? Them hungry fools, they didn't know. They was like, that's all right, this is the best piece.
Well, tell me this. With your dough, did you use biscuit dough?
Homemade.
Homemade? Not
homemade.
Okay, you didn't go get no Bisquick and just spread it out to call it peach cobbler.
No, I don't do Bisquick. It got to be homemade. That was my very first time making it, so I didn't put enough, the peach juice in there when I was cooking it. So, like I said, one side was overly juicy, the other side was dry. But them folks ate it, and his one friend was like, "This is the best peach biscuit I ever tasted."
The peach biscuit.
My brother called it a peach biscuit, but over time, I learned how to perfect it to where it tastes like my grandmother's, and it was just like, because everybody that knew my grandma talked about, listen, Mr. Hayes, you ain't gonna feel it. Listen, I feel attacked now.
You feel attacked by Mr. Hayes?
I feel attacked now. But nah, listen. But I perfected it, and everybody that knows my grandmother knew her peach cobbler was the every church function. That's what they would do. And remember a show we talked about, like church folks to be hiding the good food.
Yes, that was your grandmother.
That was the peach cobbler. Everybody knew that my grandma was making peach cobbler. That's what they'd be waiting on at church. But the church folks be wanting to hide, and my grandma like, "No, I ain't make this for y'all. I made this for the church. Come on."
That's how it go. All right, let me get on to. I got to do this. It's time for the Thanksgiving horoscopes.
Oh wow!
Are we ready?
This is
Aries.
okay.
Aries, the oven. You hot, make everything happen, runs the show. The HBIC handles a lot of multitasking. Virgo is the baked macaroni and cheese. Important and needed. Has to be right, can be cheesy or dry. Seems simple, but makes a big difference. More complex than looks. I feel attacked for Virgo. Hold on. The Taurus is the cranberry sauce. Chill. What you see is what you get. Bougie and saucy. Cancer, sweet potato, soft and mushy inside, but tough exterior. Softer once opened up and layers peeled back. Easily bruised and warm. The Capricorn, the deviled egg. Hard outside, soft inside. Not everyone likes them. Tough to crack at first, bougie, or basic, depending on the event and adaptability. Scorpio. The Scorpio is the dinner roll. People wonder if they soft or hard, mysterious. Didn't realize you needed them until you get one. People always want more, and it's complimentary. Leo, the turkey. Center of attention. Full of S. Last to be ready and steals the show. Now I know, Leo, this might be on to something. Sagittarius, you are the corn. Maybe there, may not. Hard to digest, sometimes fun, liked by most, can show up looking many different ways. That is your the spiritual Nista, mind, body, and soul. That's compliments of her. Now, that Leo might be on or something there. Always late, center of attention. Gotta be all dressed up. We know, they steal the show. So there's your Thanksgiving horoscope. I thought that would be fun. I seen it, I was cracking up. I said, oh, but I feel attacked being Virgo. So y'all let me know. What you think? Talking about cheesy and dry. I ain't cheesy and dry. Go ahead, Amber D. Amber D, you want to read that?
So Derek Clark of Facebook said, I'm a Virgo too, and I take pride in my mac and cheese.
Okay. They say it could be cheesy or dry. Look, somebody, the Aquarius. What did I read the Aquarius, or did the Aquarius?
I ain't hear Pisces either.
Oh well, I guess they done left y'all alone. Or the Gemini, yeah. I guess they done left y'all alone. That's probably why. Maybe let's see. Oh, did I do Libra? Oh, let me finish. Libra. Okay, I'll finish, y'all. Libra, dinnerware and cutlery. Looks expensive or pretty to look at, usually in home. Can be simple or over the top. Seems innocent, but will stab or cut you. That's the Libra. Pisces, mashed potatoes and gravy. Soft and mushy, can't hide what's underneath. Treat gently, smooth, and hot. People always want to smash. Aquarius, Theo. Here's your Aquarius. Pumpkin pie. Hot or cold, comes in at the end, gone fast, looks simple, but many ingredients deeper than what the eye can see. Gemini, green bean casserole. Some like it, some don't. Many different sizes or layers, can be hard to deal with or swallow, can be looked at as weird, but make it work. All right, did I get that? Yeah, I think I got. Did I get Eric? I got everybody. Yep, there you go. Sorry, I got y'all. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Somebody said the cancer was accurate. Y'all got to rewind it because I ain't going back. That thing's so long. I was like trying to read it to catch it real quick. Like, what the heck is going on? Listen, when you meet a guy, when do you store their number in?
What do you mean?
Just what I said. When you meet a guy and they give you your number, when do you store it in your phone?
Immediately. If I'm willing to exchange numbers, or I'll take a number, I'll store it, and I'll store it by their first name and wherever I met them.
Okay. And where you met them?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Nick?
I mean, I store the numbers immediately. That lets me know whether if I don't want to be bothered, I'm just block, delete.
Really? See, I think you got to mean. I'm not using up my data or my bandwidth, like my room in my phone book for people like.
No, seriously, if it's somebody that I'm interested in and I think we'd be cool, whether it be dating, couple dates, or friend wise or whatever, I'm gonna store their number.
See, go.
I don't even know there's like a limit to like contacts in your phone.
It's a limit to mine. You have to earn you got to earn your spot. You got to earn your spot.
Oh Lord.
You got to earn your spot. Now the one guy, no lie, I told you about Hexnol, right?
Yes.
So I had him in my phone as Hexnol. Now I put him in because I was like, okay, I need to make sure I don't answer this phone again because if I don't know the number, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I put him in his hex now. Haven't heard from him in a while, and bam, he calls me. He was in the line, and he happened to call my phone, and it said HECKSNAW. Hex no. And he saw it because he was standing behind me. Because I went like this. Boom. Now, here's the thing. I had him in there as Hexon, but I couldn't remember who it was. All I know is I wasn't answering. That's what they let me know. Don't answer. Mm-hmm. But I think that you got to earn your spot in my phone. If we cool, we cool. If not, I'll be like, okay, I'm getting to know you. And then after I, want to have more of a conversation, then I'll go ahead and I'll store your number in. I'm not just storing numbers in there. I am that person. So I'll answer mine. My answer is after the third conversation, that'll determine if you get into my phone book or not. Otherwise, likely scammer. I'm going to treat you like likely scammer. Huh?
Have you ever had somebody, when you give them your phone number, have you ever had somebody call it right in front of you to make sure you didn't ghost them?
Yes, I've had that. And it's good. I look at it as a good thing because then I know, I would never date you. It's instantly over. Instantly.
Okay, so do you label them in your phone? Like never date?
Basically, I'll do what Nick did, said, and they get on the block list. But you have to save the number in order to block it. You know what I'm saying?
With this one particular person, my phone was actually dead, so I left it in the car. And I was telling him my phone is dead. He's like, yeah, right. No, seriously, my phone is dead. So when I was able to charge it up, I texted back and was like, see, I told you my phone was dead. This is actually my number. And that turned into a 7-year marriage.
Oh, okay. So that worked out in your favor. 7 years. All right. Well, y'all done got over the hump. They say the first 3 or 4 is like the hardest. So you done got over the hump. But see something like that to be like, oh yeah, you ain't put my number there. You're doing all that at the beginning. Guess what? I'm not talking to you because to me
at the hump now.
But here's the thing. We ain't gonna go there. We're gonna keep it light this Thanksgiving. Well, I will not ruin this day or this show. We will not. We ain't going. No, we ain't giving it no time. Not today.
We on numbers.
Listen here. So phone numbers. Back to phone numbers. If somebody says or accuse me of doing something that I know I wouldn't do, they might look at it as a joke. But I look at it as a flag. That's a red flag for me. Now, some people be like, oh, man, you over top. It's like a red flag. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you said you was joking, but, you kind of possessive. See, that's just me be like, we could be friends. Go ahead, what you got, Amber D?
I wouldn't look at it as possessive, but more like insecure. Because at the end of the day, if you're attempting to connect with someone or pursue them, and they give you a fake number, that just means that they're not the right woman for you. Why would you try to manipulate? You know what I'm saying? Let people, as Mel likes to say. And if a woman, and you're a man and a woman chooses to give you a fake number, leave it at that and keep it pushing. But to be like, I'm going to call you right now. See what you get? I'm like, you're weird, bro.
Now, you said you called that insecure, but possession equals insecurity.
Yeah.
And I'm not giving you no fake number. I'm just not giving it to you. How about that?
Exactly. And that's why
listen, I done gave plenty of fake numbers and folks numbers I sure have. What?
Girl, what? I just feel like, no, I ain't loud on the phone.
Listen, sometimes folks don't say.
They won't take no for an answer?
They won't take no for an answer. Dude, no, and instead of, causing a big old scene, okay, I'll give you my number. Giving the wrong numbers several times. Because they're not taking no for an answer. And I can see this going to be escalating. Going to get loud. And if you call me the B word, I might throw a drink.
So it's about to be a whole argument. So, that's crazy.
I want to do a whole argument about it.
Well, that's a no-go. Can I have your number? No. Go ahead. Call me a B. Get it out your system and keep moving. The end.
Well,
go ahead. What you got?
I will say in defense of Nick, this is more like catcalling, where I've definitely interacted with men who I was afraid of how they would respond. So I would say to any woman in that situation, do whatever you feel best. Yes, honesty is the best.
To feel safe?
But exactly. But don't put your safety at risk or based over your principles, because a lot of these men are unhinged for real.
So
getting cussed out for sure for declining, having them throw a bottle at you or whatever, because say you're walking down the street and some dude pulls up in his car. He's like, hey, what's up, mama? And you just ignore them. They don't exist to you, because that's what I do. I don't engage with strangers, especially men that pull up the next. I think that's so nasty. And then so then you don't even acknowledge their existence, and then they respond by calling you out your name, getting real angry, following you for 3 blocks, real crazy stuff.
You ain't all that anyway. Obviously, I was. You stopped.
Well, wait a minute. Where y'all seeing these people at?
Just everywhere. I mean, no. So that's why I said do whatever you feel is best.
Well, definitely if you're in an unsafe environment, I say yes. But you're not going to scare me into giving you my phone number. That's nuts. And then when you don't give them, if you give them a fake number and they call right then you're still in the same situation.
True.
So that's why, and dealing with those people, I'm like, where y'all at?
I definitely one person call right there.
But it does happen. It does happen. Let me see. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. I'm in a relationship. What's wrong with that? Because usually, guys, if you're not responding, now you said I do acknowledge people. Now that I'll do that. I definitely acknowledge people. Hi, how are you? Boom. But you can tell, the conversation, if it's going to go or if it's not. If you put them strictly in friend zone for your safety, there you go. But you do have people that are unhinged. But we shouldn't have to, as females, have to lie our way to safety, unless you really have to. Or just because you're not into somebody, oh, okay, well, let me just go ahead and give you a fake number. I'm glad we brought this up, though, so I appreciate that. But no, it's fine. Can I have your phone number? That's not a good idea. And then they go with the assumption, oh, you must have a dude. You know what I mean? And then
because a lot of them they're like, well, what, your man don't let you have a friend? It's that don't even work. I feel like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just feel like you ought to be able to say no, because if you can't say no, there's a potential. There's that potential that you may be raped. Mm-hmm. I mean, off of a phone number, be like, I don't trust nothing about this. I'm looking at if I'm out, if I'm at a club, I'm gonna look at. I need security. Walk me to my car. All of that. But that's sad that it has to be that way. Now, you said somebody ride by and they say, hey, mom, I'm glad you brought that up. At what age is that over? And somebody be like, hey, mama.
I just found
is that a turn on?
It's the mentality of the man.
Okay. Go ahead, Emergy.
Actually, a group of men were catcalling and harassing my neighbor who is a grandmother. And I was so angry. I was like, they live in the neighborhood. They don't live far. So I was like, I want to find them.
Oh, God.
I will fight them, because my neighbor is a sweetheart. She's literally a great grandmother, and they were harassing her.
Well, she didn't call the police.
Right. Well, she was walking. She was in her afternoon walking.
Okay.
But yeah, there's no age limit. But I do want to point out with this conversation, it is so important for us to focus on the behavior of these men. And I said, okay, yeah, we need to talk about what we do as women to protect ourselves. But we really need to hold these men accountable and say, what are men going to start holding other men accountable and teaching men that you should not behave that way? It is completely unacceptable to go harass some strange woman you don't know just because you're interested in her. Where are we going to start focusing on men's behavior and correcting them? Not how do we as women react to it?
Okay, you have a point, but I feel like if somebody approached me and say, "Hey, mama, you don't know me," and clearly saying that to me, that I'm offended because am I giving off mama vibes? Because that's not what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? I'm like, dang, do I look like a mother for real? You know what I'm saying? I look at that, I'm offended, and that's just me. Hi, how are you is fine. I remember we were all out, and this guy, saying my whole family, we were all there eating, and this guy looked at me, he was like, "What's up?" He said that to me. And I'm looking like, well, why did he say, "What's up?" to me and not to everybody else? And I was like, well, why you do that to me? You know, until my mother brought it to my attention. She said, because my Shop Talk logo is me saying, "What's up?" I said, "Oh."
Sure is.
I was like, okay, I get it. You know, so it was like, oh, all right. Now I got to be cognizant of that. You know, like you got to see what you put out and go from there. But I don't think that I put out like somebody compliment and say, "Hey, you got a nice butt." Is that a compliment or no?
I think it's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
And I want to say, as far as like the cat calling while you're walking, I'm not personally, I can only speak for myself. I'm almost never attracted to men that will do that. So just the fact that they would do that or think it's appropriate or acceptable or comment on my physique, it's like you've already, like, you just confirmed that you're not the kind of man I would ever entertain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason I asked that because these are things that actually occur, and some people aren't offended by it. And I don't know if it's because of the BBLs or whatever. Like okay, he complimented my butt, I'm excited. To me, that's disrespectful because you don't see me, like my mind. And here's the thing, Derek Clark, he said it. He says something to the effect for the listening audience. I'm going to try to find it again. Here it is. Amber, do you want to read this comment?
Sure. So Derek Clark of Facebook said, "That's right there shows you what type of woman they deal with." Exactly.
And see, here's the thing. This is why I find it disrespectful. I find it disrespectful because you didn't take the time to know me. You put me in a box. Just what he said. You put me in a box that these are the type of women I deal with, and I'm going to use this same line on this person. No, it doesn't work. We are all different. And you have to treat us accordingly. And if you're that lazy to just use your line on me, you can't get my time. How about that?
Right.
Now, back to what you were saying, Amber D. You know what? Read this comment first.
So Bob Hayes of Facebook said, "The young men I created and the ones I know are young gentlemen. I'm extremely proud that they are not the ones of our topic."
I appreciate that. And that's good. And so just like what you were saying, Amber D, that men need to, iron sharpens iron. Men need to hold these young men accountable. That's not how you get her. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. What we talked about as far as like the phone number early on. If you're giving them the phone number and they're coming at you this way, you're saying, okay, this works.
Exactly. Yep.
So that's why I actually brought it up. It's always a means to my madness. I'm all about entertainment. Yeah. That's what so if we are accepting these behaviors, knowing that we're not going to give them the time of day, it makes them more angry because it's like, oh, wait, this worked. And it didn't. She never called me again.
And I would think that means it didn't work long term or whatever the end goal was, whether it was a relationship or sexual access, it was unsuccessful. So I would think as the pursuer, you would reflect on that failure and say, okay, I need to change tactics. But it's like a lot of them just keep on doing it. They'll be 40, 50 years old doing the same thing.
That's where the problem's at.
Right.
40, 50, talk about, hello, mama. Oh, my goodness. I cannot bring you around my family. That's one. I cannot bring you to the company cookout. That's not going to work. Like, no, we cannot go out in public because I'm going to be embarrassed. So it's just not going to work. It's just not. 40, 50, and I feel like I should not have to teach you.
And I feel like when women are embracing that role of teacher, it's there's a masculine element to that, and it's also the whole like Project Patty and like Build-A-Bear mindset, and it's emasculating to the man, and then you're masculizing yourself as the woman in the dynamic. So it's really women. I feel like women should seek out men who are already built, who are already established, who are already where they want them to be in the most important areas.
That's probably why I got those texts for our guest, Sean McKinney, earlier. Oh. Look, I'm still getting them. Where's he at? Y'all got to find him. I gave you his name. Like, go look him up or something. I'm not going to give out his number. I'm not doing that. And yeah. You want somebody who has something, but here's the thing, and it's sad because some of us feel like, and this is not just a black thing or a white thing, it's a right thing, and it's just respect. It's a respect thing, regardless. And it's like, okay, so you have the guy who has everything going for him that, you know, visually, let me say that. And then you're like, okay, well, he has a job, he has this, but it's like, all these women are going after that guy. Do I want to be in the race? Do I want to compete? And so some women feel like, I don't want to compete. So then you go with the Build-A-Bear, and then you find yourself frustrated.
Right.
Or you build that bear up. Guy's whole name, this is what I'm going to call you. And then that Build-A-Bear step out there and find somebody else.
Exactly.
So,
and I feel like there are a lot of women that is a root issue. They really don't want to compete with other women because a desirable man is going to have other women around him that you're going to have to be, you know.
Stay on your game.
Exactly.
Stay on your game. So is it laziness on our behalf as well?
Well, I feel like some men think that women, like 80% of women go for 20% of men or something like there's some kind of saying like that. So I do think overall women are willing to compete. But I feel like it's a contributing factor. What's not wanting to compete?
Not wanting to compete?
Yeah. And I feel like you shouldn't compete with other women. I think the best thing to do is compete with yourself. Are you bettering yourself every year, every 6 months? Are you, compete against yourself? And I feel like in my experience, especially as a Virgo, that when you compete against yourself is when you're the most successful and when you go the hardest and when you shine the brightest, when you're just focusing on being the best version of you.
I'm with you. I like that. And we need to do that. We definitely need to do that. Set goals. I'm like, okay, this is where I want to be. Almost that same thing of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The new one. If it ain't broke, break it. No, the right one. That's the one.
Oh, okay.
If it ain't broke, break it. Okay, let me keep reinventing myself. Okay, this is what I was doing. And let's be real. And if we are truly honest with ourselves, yeah, I got you. When we are truly honest with ourselves, we know when we get bored with ourselves. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, so what are we going to do to better ourselves? All right. Lovely people, let's get going. You know what? I want to do the male's medical moments. Not going to do the sound, but real quick, we know that Thanksgiving is coming up. And it's Diabetic Awareness Month. So being that it is Diabetic Awareness Month, we need to make sure that it's all about portion control. Portion control, lovely people. All right, let me give you today's footnote because we are on it, okay? Today's footnote. Let's get it going. Respect. Respect yourself enough to know you deserve the very best. Don't ever allow someone to disrespect you, or don't settle. Even with yourself, don't settle. Make sure that you don't settle. We deserve more. Nick, you already know we deserve more.
Exactly.
And have a great Thanksgiving, lovely people. Enjoy your family. If you have a +1, call and make sure it's okay. Please, please, please. Everybody, they aren't like me, but just out of mere respect, even for the +1 and you. So neither one of y'all get kicked out. All right, I want to put this last comment up here. And, all right, cool beans. All right, lovely people, that is my time. I thoroughly enjoyed you as I do each and every single Saturday. Find you, embrace you. Most importantly, always, always love you. Let's give it up to Nick the Voice, my co-host, always doing it up. We love her. Thanks, Nick, for coming on.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
All right, I already told you what I tell you guys each and every single Saturday. And if you watch Be Inspired, again, find you, embrace you, and always love you. It's important. And listen, follow us on all socials. We're there at Shop Talk with Mel on your favorite podcast. Any of them, Shop Talk with Mel. Shop Talk is one word. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Shop Talk with Mel. And again, if you are interested in coming on and being a guest co-host, you can do that at shoptalkwithmel@yahoo.com. Shoot your girl an email. I got you. All right. Peace. See ya next week.